We got the family back together. All right, let's start. Tell me something good. Catch me up on what's been going on that is good in your world. Tell me something. Yes, Lisa.
Month and a half before my son's wedding.
A month and a half. Very good.
Very exciting.
That is exciting. Is it here local?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if we were going to Greece or someplace like that. That'd be
Okay, no.
that'd be fun.
It's down at the Vermont Winery down in Cyrus.
Nice. Okay, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be a great time.
Beautiful. Sandy.
Just click on the first duplex of 5. Okay, 5.
Oh, wow.
First duplex of, oh, you're going to buy 5. You got 1 down, 4 to go. I like it. I like it. Congratulations. We got new landlord in the, yeah, very good. What else? Yes, Buffy.
We had to go meet Brooke's baby. So if you don't know Brooke, she's my right hand, and she had a baby 3 weeks ago. So we really got to go meet her.
That's sweet. New babies are always fun. Very good. Anybody take any kids back to school? Yes. Are we happy about that? Is that good? Is good? Yes. Yes, it's.
People don't have grandkids, you don't know.
We don't know.
You have energy now, time to go back to school, or I'll keep that, and you're a grandparent. And you're with them all the time. Good night, there's no energy.
Sorry, Mom.
Got to recharge your battery during that 8 to 3:30. Well, Sandy told me we moved our daughter down to college in Tulsa for her sophomore year. We've done that, well, between our older boy and him, we've done it 5 times. And Sandy said, oh, she will be fine and you will be finer. We do miss her, but I know she's doing good. So it does make it, when your kid likes where they go and when they enjoy what they're doing, it makes it better. So back to school. Is Rapex starting today? Okay. Here we go. All right, what else? What other good news do we have to share? Kind of feel, Darren, it's a little closer to Christmas, little cooler temperatures, maybe.
The fun thing.
All the fun things, yeah. Todd.
After 8.5 years of living downtown Lee Summit, I'm moving back to Redmond.
All right, welcome back.
We bought a house in Silver Lake, so I'm in the middle of painting everything and doing all the things. So
And all the things.
and then I have my condo for
Okay.
the guy brings me a customer for my downtown Lee Summit condo. Reach out to me sometime. But it's good. I'm in 12-month lease, but it's condo. I think we have weird rules, so I can't Airbnb.
Okay.
But it's the coolest condo in all of downtown Lee Summit. Says he. So
It is pretty cool. Okay, good deal. Did I see another hand? Yeah.
My clients that I helped sell their house in Acreage last year invited us up to their new house in South Dakota. So we're gonna go to South Dakota for a whole week next week, and it'll be fun. And thank you, Carrie and Laura, for helping.
Nice. That's exciting.
It'll be fun.
I love it when you work with these clients, you become like family and they invite you over afterwards. That's especially in South Dakota.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Make it happen.
All right. Anybody else? Marie, would you tell us what you brought for us today?
Yes, I'm starting to sell sourdough. So there's some samples back here. There's plain, rosemary, garlic, and jalapeno cheddar. So I'll bring them every Tuesday if you guys want some. And yeah, there's little flyers back there. How much they are? They're $10 a plain as well for the inclusions.
Okay. Yes.
And I'll say that I've been buying a couple of loaves a week and just dropping them off at clients' house because it's $10 and it's really a nice thing to give them some bread.
For
I
sure.
don't want to give them candy and other stuff that you don't really like. I mean, I feel like it's kind of nice. So, and that way you can hit them throughout the year, just, do 2 a week or whatever. And I've really enjoyed doing
Do you need my address?
that.
So Marie, how do we order it? If we want to do something like that and order, say, 10 loaves or something, how?
Saturday, it's on there Saturday at 5 p.m.
Okay.
You need, and I'll bring them on Tuesday.
Perfect. Okay. Doesn't get easier than that. She'll bring them to you right here at the office. All right. Josh.
Real quick, it's not necessarily good, but I gotta go hop on this. It's not bad.
But,
It's just mid.
1 to 3 on Trier, doing an Asian open house
What day?
Thursday.
Thursday?
1 to 3,
1 to 3.
3222 Southwest Prior Road.
1 to
About
3.
50 go on Prior. The road ends, you went too far.
Okay.
So, but yeah, agent open, lots of feedback and get agents out there. Todd's gonna buy a gift card that we're gonna give away. And we're gonna have the best cupcakes you've ever had. Free of charge. So please come by. It's a nice house. Just give us feedback and, I mean, ideally we're gonna buy her, but at least give us feedback.
Yeah. Okay.
Thursday.
Cupcake party at his listing Thursday, 1 to 3. Gift card giveaway. It's what, probably 10, 12 minutes from the office here or so?
Yeah, drive slow. It's called.
Oh, okay, 10 minutes. 8 minutes if you drive fast. Okay. Very good. Awesome. Josh, please put that in our Facebook group so we can support you with that.
See if anybody goes out, but at least all of you, but we'll see if anybody goes out.
Are there baked goods there too?
There's gonna be the best baked goods you've ever had.
Okay.
I gotta help my mother-in-law make them with me.
Oh.
So she's gonna make them. I'm just gonna watch.
But oh, okay.
She made my wedding cake. It was good.
Okay.
Wow.
Wedding cake worthy. All right, very good. And last chance for something good. All right. Let's do this. Let's hear from our preferred vendors. Let's give it up for Lisa at Kaufeld Land Title. Wedding planning, Lisa. There.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'm only responsible for the rehearsal dinner, so I've got the easy part instead of the mother of the bride. Just a reminder, as far as funds for closing, anything over at 100,000 or more needs to be come in via wire. We're not rejecting cashier's checks over that, but we do have to get a hold of the bank and verify those cashier's checks before they're considered good funds. You probably heard or seen some of the stuff about the fraudulent cashier's checks that have been floating around Kansas City the last few months here. And then on that same topic, Bank of America, Security Bank of Kansas City, and US Bank, they will not verify cashier's checks over the phone. In fact, Jody took a Bank of America one to Bank of America and they wouldn't verify it. So we don't know their thought process behind it. They just kept saying it's their policy that they do not verify those. So what ends up happening is that we have to give the check back to the client, then they have to take it back to Bank of America with wiring instructions and have it then wired to us. Nobody wants that. So
No.
anyway, just keep that in mind in regards to that. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you. Just add cashier check to the fraud list.
Check your check, Ron.
Cashier check fraud. Okay, let's do Todd. Todd Branson with Fairway Mortgage. You got to hold this little thing now.
Cool. All right, real quick. This comes up a lot for me, so I thought I'd just bring it up today. PMI. Who knows what that stands for? Private what? Private mortgage what?
That's TMI.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so PMI, private mortgage insurance. What's it used for?
To protect FHA buyers.
Well, FHA has its own PMI, but let's just go conventional real quick. PMI, private mortgage insurance, it just means the loan is insured against default. That's all you're doing. So if you, on a conventional loan, if you have less than 20% down, you have to insure that for the lender's sake, that if the customer defaults, they have an insurance policy to cash in. Makes sense? To protect them. Otherwise, you'd be back 50 years ago, Darren, where they had to put 20% down for everybody except for the veteran. Remember that? So anyway, PMI, it's actually not that expensive if you have really good credit. So a lot of times what I'm looking at, some customers come in and they go, oh, I got to put 20% down because I'm not ever going to have PMI. A lot of that is just the old school way of looking at it. But if you have good credit, PMI is cheap. So it might make more sense for your customer to put down 10% and have a little bit of PMI and take that 10% and either pay down other debt or do something else with it. Does that make sense? And that's where someone like me comes into play, because at Fairway, we offer all weird varieties of PMI. So most of you are just used to having it in your monthly payment. Did you know you can have a single premium and pay it out? They don't have it in their payment. Did you know you can have a blended part in their payment, part up front? So we call that blended PMI. So there are some cool options out there that someone like me can look at and see. It's very driven on credit profile, credit score, giant, because the risk is if you have a lower credit score, higher risk of default, right? So it's just like if you have a bad driving record, you're likely going to pay higher insurance, right? Same as that concept. So less than 20% down, you'll have PMI. You'll have to insure the loan against default, but there are maybe some cool options. FHA, you mentioned that. FHA has PMI. Theirs is a little different setup. If you ever, if you do an FHA loan, it's kind of standardized. It's like 0.55% stays that way for everybody, except there's a few exceptions. If you put a little bit more down than 3.5%, the PMI is a little bit cheaper, just a hair. But FHA has PMI. It's designed to have it for the whole life of the loan, never goes away. On a conventional loan, does anybody know if PMI goes away?
Yes, it does.
What's the LTV got to be, the loan to value? Nope. It is at the beginning, no PMI. But if you have it and you're carrying that for a couple of years and you're making the monthly payment, 78% loan to value or 22% equity from the original purchase price, it would automatically go away. So we actually have a form the buyer signs that says on payment number 102 or something like that, if they put 5% down, it goes away automatically. So we have to disclose that. If you accelerate your principal, you can achieve that faster. So conventional goes away. FHA, not so much. There's a few caveats, but it's designed to be forever. Does VA loan have PMI?
I won't say no.
No, VA does not. It has something called a funding fee, which is just a charge up front to the VA, but nothing in the payment. Makes sense? So if your customer has less than 20% down, doesn't mean it's the end of the world. In fact, if there's pretty strong credit wise, it might make more sense to not put 20% down and let's see if maybe we can get more bang for their buck. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Todd. The more you know, right? All right. Let's see. I see Ray Lynn and Rusty. Sorry. I was like, I saw you come in. I don't know. I know. Blend in with the door there. I don't know.
The Apexers.
All right.
Let's talk about septic timeline. So if you show up on a property, you do all your due diligence and you get your inspections completed and then they fail it, what do you do? How does that feel? What are you thinking at that point, Tim?
Terrible. I mean, the world is falling apart.
Right. So do you think you're going to be able to get that septic system in before you close?
No.
Okay. So what are we going to do?
Call Rusty.
Well, yes.
Hurry.
Good job.
Help.
I just want to bring that to everyone's attention because I'll get agents that call in that are definitely not from our office that are in that situation and they just can't understand why you can't get in there. But let me just take you through a couple of steps. So after it's failed, then we need to figure out like a soil morphology. And then that takes a couple weeks to get somebody out there. Then you have an engineer design. That takes 2 to 3 weeks to get somebody out there. I mean, right, especially during busy season. So you're probably already close to closing now at this point where we just got those things done. And then the installer that you choose, hopefully Apex, we probably have a few people ahead of you at that point. So just to have patience with that is very helpful and to prep your client to let them know about that. But we can make a lot of things happen. We just need to have communication. But just to keep that in mind that is not a quick process, even though I have moved mountains before, just talk to your people. And I think if you communicate with them, that'll help. Any questions? Yes, Tom.
So in that situation, are we moving the closing date or are we closing with the septic escrow?
I prefer to move the closing date, but if you can't, I'm going to tell you, depending on which side, if you're on the seller side, you're okay to close. If you're on the buyer side, you're not okay to close because what if I hit rock?
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to tell you is, okay, we can, if the lender will let you put that into the closing, right? Then I'm going to ask for 1.5 times the amount.
Okay.
Just to protect your buyer. But again, if you're on the seller side, I watch agents all the time say, hurry up and close. we don't want to be responsible for that. And there's nothing I can do about it. So if the buyer on the other side isn't smart enough to know that kind of thing, then there's not a whole lot of protection I can give everybody. Tim.
You answered my question, which was about if you did have to escrow it.
Mhm.
Like a lot of times roofing is 1.5 times, but I didn't know with
Mhm.
yours because there's a lot of unknowns.
There is a lot of
around, so-
unknowns.
Okay.
I think that's really important for everybody to know the unknowns. Like we don't know till we get in and open up the ground. I don't know. I don't have x-ray vision. So I could get in there and everyone says everything works fine. And then we take out the tank and then all of a sudden the laterals that have been filled up for 30 years just start flowing back at us. And we're like, we can't stand behind that. Like your septic, your whole system is done for. Now we have to start over. And now we have to do the soil morphology engineer design, but we don't know till we get in there. So and yeah, then your timeline just gets pushed out further. So probably one of the hardest things for everybody to deal with in a transaction, I would say, is septic. Roof, we can get in and out on one day, which Buffy can talk about that, but my stuff is hard.
When you guys put in your contract that like septic's being replaced, you immediately tell the lender it's being replaced. So we're looking for that to be replaced prior to closing.
Mhm.
It naturally makes sense, right? Now, if you don't have that, it comes up in some sort of like inspection situation, and now you're gonna have it, replaced. You still may have an issue with the lender, but if you do, there may be some escrowing situations. I do think 1.5 times is the smart way to look at that, at least prepare for that. But it's septic is considered vital to the home as far as your ability to live there.
Okay.
So it may not be something that you can escrow for. And I've never escrowed for a septic system. Yeah. I've
Just-
never.
Yeah, it just depends on how bad the situation is. So we can kind of talk with that with your lender and make some decisions. But yeah, communication is key on that. Any other questions?
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you. Everybody needs Rusty's number in your phone. If it's not there already, you need to grab it. All right, all right. We are going to move on to, let's do Buffy with Royal Roofing and Solar. Come on up, Buffy. Sorry, we got a little guy.
No worries. Who loved the dog treats and the dog?
Mm,
Okay, I still have some pictures I need to get then.
yeah. I need to get a picture to
Yes.
you too.
Okay, because I'm going to do a drawing on the 31st and feature somebody's dog on our billboard. So for a day.
So
Just
how
for
are we,
something
wait,
fun.
we want to know how are you picking?
Literally, I'm going to do a random drawing.
Oh, random. So it's not like, oh, my dog's the cutest and that
No.
dog is,
No.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're, I mean,
Random
maybe,
draw.
yep. And I may
like it.
feature more than one. We'll see. But
Good to know.
on a serious note, on roofing, we are seeing a lot more people just randomly calling and wanting to know the age of the roof. And if we haven't done their roof, we can go out there and give you a guesstimate of approximate age. But we're seeing a lot more people wanting that because of insurance. So we are doing a lot of inspections, and we are some finding damage, some that just maybe need some repairs done. So just keep that in mind. If you want us to come out and take a look before you list a property, it's ideal. So then you guys know a better idea on that. So anyway,
Okay.
all right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
And then Ryan, did you come?
Honestly, I knew last week was May cancer. I just came to hear about what you guys done.
Oh, gotcha.
But if anybody has questions, I can answer some about photos, videos, anything.
All right. Very good. And if you need, everybody needs, get all these vendors' numbers in your phone. So when you do come into a problem with the roof or need some photos, I was able to text Ryan this morning. Hey, can you get me in tomorrow? Yep, I can. And I appreciate that. And that's because I had Ryan's number in my phone. So very good. Appreciate our vendors. All right, what do we got next? Buyers listings and open houses. We'll get, let's do it. What listings do we have coming on the market? Yes.
A really, really cool barndominium on 10 acres, 2-bed.
You're okay. I'll just stand here.
2-bed, 2-bath, 2,000 square foot house, 2,000 square foot shop, geothermal, heated floors. I mean, Taj Mahal, beautiful, covered porch, stamped concrete, you name it, they've got it. So super cool, $799.99, goes live September 10th. And then a really cute little 3-bed, 2-bath with a basement in Garden City for $249.99. Great house. adorable. So bring the buyers.
All right, very good.
Love
Love that. Where's the first one?
Belton.
Belton.
Yeah, of Cleveland.
Okay,
So, yeah.
off Cleveland and Belton. All right, what other listings? Yes, ma'am.
We have one that goes live tomorrow in Adrian. It's in Quail Run Estates, which is pretty nice. They don't come up often. It's gonna be a 3-bed, 2-bath, completely remodeled for $375 on a full unfinished basement, and it does have an above ground pool and a stamped concrete patio as well. Yeah,
It's the hot feature of the day.
it is. So $375 go live tomorrow in Adrian. Gorgeous.
Okay, very good. Yes, Nanette.
We have 1314 Duck Road, Ranger, Missouri. It's a ranch, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1-car garage. It has a large family room, newer roof, newer sewer line. It's got 1556 square feet because the basement's not finished. It's on the market for $280. And then we have a meticulously maintained home in Silver Lake, 903 Silver Lake Circle. It's a California split, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage. HOAs are awesome out there, not very expensive, $400K.
Okay,
Listed at price improvement.
all right, very good. All right, what other listings? Stacy?
Summit that needs, it's 36,000 in foundation repair. We already had MoCan look at it. Needs a new roof. It's just original inside. It's a ranch, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, but it's a cool house. I mean, it's just a really, it was well built, brick on the front, over off the 291 North. Just you go past Quick Trip over on the right, like Goldier Estates or something like that. But it's a great, I've had a lot of investors looking at it. We're just trying to get somebody at the price. She has it listed at 250 right now, but that's, I don't see that happening. We just didn't do it. Jake and I didn't do it just because we had too many others going on, but it's a really cool house. It would be great for someone who wants to live there. You know, if you take out the profit you need as an investor and the holding cost as an investor, it'd be a great option for a family. It's just, it's a cool house, great neighborhood.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Lee Summit.
Fourth Terrace. Lee
Okay.
Summit. Yeah, it is a
Very
ranch.
good.
Full basement, unfinished, but a walk up.
Okay,
So, yeah.
cool. Thank you. Laura?
I have a 2.54 acre lot, South Deer Run Road and Deer Run Estates Peculiar. There's a pond back there. They just mowed, so I've got to get a drone out there. But it's not a bad lot. It's kind of sloped, but about 125.
Okay.
There's no utilities to it, like connected, but it's had the soil morphology.
Okay, thank you. Awesome. Rusty?
I have 10 acres. It's like 9.61 or something. At Cleveland, it's like right there at the state line. You know where the blueberry patch is down here? It's right down the road from that. So it's like 230th and State Line Road. It's and I did I say it was on the corner lot? Oh, it is.
Corner lot. How much is it?
240.
240. 10 acres.
Yes, Tom.
No,
Oh, sorry.
I was raising my hand next.
Okay, and then I have that lease on the property to go live.
Oh, you got
Open house, we get great turnout this last weekend, for 3:30. And it has 2-car garage, 3-bed ranch, corner lot again. And within walking distance, which we can't say online, but to downtown Lee Summit area, right by Todd, you know, hang out with him while he still was there for a minute.
Yep, lease my condo.
That's it.
Okay, very good. Very good. Tom, what you got?
20 acres inside of land, inside of Raymore city limits. There is, probably 50% floodplain on it, but it is priced accordingly at 200,000. It would be a great place for somebody who just wanted to build a home in a secluded area that had a good 10 acres of it, not in the floodplain. And, or if that you wanted to do a multiple generational housing type of thing, you'd probably put 2 or 3 houses there. So I do have that inside Raymore city limits. Yes.
Cool. Very good. Lonnie?
Raymore split on Bluegrass and Canna Ridge goes live today. 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 325, 1-owner house. I just painted the entire inside. We have an allowance to paint the outside, so it'll be fresh for whoever buys it. It has a newer roof and a brand new AC unit. So all appliances stay. It's empty, ready for somebody to take it off our hands.
Very good. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Anybody else got anything else? Go ahead and put it in our Facebook group. And let's see, moving on. We got a lot to do. September's calendar is out. It is on the Facebook page. Make sure you visit that every now and then because we put new things on it all the time. The rookie real estate agent class. By the way, I don't know, we probably shouldn't even call it rookie real estate agent. It's just a real estate agent class. Caesar taught mindset yesterday, and that was a good class. We've got Christian teaching good habits of a realtor. And habits are where it's at. They say you don't rise to your goals, you rise to your habits. They say a lot of things actually, but habits are super important. They say, who is they? I don't know, it's they. But habits are super important because you can set all the goals in the world, but if your habits don't match, you're not gonna achieve those goals. So come here, Christian, on Monday. That is open to everybody. Tom's teaching financials after Labor Day. Sandy's doing lead generation, and I'm going on a field trip. So that's what's coming up there. We do have career night coming up this Thursday. So in 2 nights, 2 evenings, I will be here at 6 p.m. to talk through what it takes to get a real estate license. So if you have anybody that's interested or wanting to learn more about what it takes, send them my way. Shelby sent somebody to our last one, and she just joined us this week. So Shelby's got a new person in her downline and profit share, and we get to support Kara, and we'll introduce her when we get a picture. So we're excited about that. So let me do the heavy lifting. You bring your people, and we'll get them going. We will be closed here. The office, real estate doesn't really stop, but we will not be staffed on Monday, September 7th. Okay. This happened to me last year and it caught me off guard. After about summer, when school starts getting in session again, I should be getting my running shoes on because we have a lot of stuff going on between now and the end of the year. And so I'm working with Becca to come up with a way to keep some of the key things that are maybe outside of the norm in front of us. So we'll put this on Facebook. This will be a working document. We don't have all of the details on some of these events, but we do have the dates. So ALC Clinic, that's by invite only, but bold. Renew your license. We got the Autumn Fest, Greater Heartland Summit, Trunk or Treat, Business Planning Clinic, like Thanksgiving lunch, Christmas lunch, and then that's Christmas party. There's Christmas lunch. There's just a lot going on. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible. So watch out for this, that there will be more details coming on that. Speaking of bold is coming back. Yes.
Ask you a question on bold.
Yes.
It says 25th September is a Friday. It's going to change from Wednesday to Fridays.
This is normally on Thursdays,
Okay.
But this first one, we had a conflict with our ALC clinic. And so for that first step only, it's going to be on Friday. Otherwise, it's on Thursdays. Good question. Good question. It will be in Overland Park. I'll have more details next week. But if you want to be a part of Bold, come see me and Caesar. If you're not sure what Bold is, come see me or Caesar, or just show up next week and we'll tell you all about it. All right, save the date for our Autumn Harvest Client Appreciation event coming up Saturday, October 3rd. This is the big one we did last year out at Big Irontown that you can invite your clients to. So be thinking about that. Rusty and Stephanie Finn are taking the lead on this. So they will have more details as far as like how much do tickets cost, all that good stuff. That'll be coming out later, but definitely save the date. Another save the date is our Greater Heartland Summit. We've done this the last 3 years, and our region has it's been in Branson. If you remember, they brought it to Kansas City this year. And so October 11th through the 13th, it's at the Kansas City Convention Center. Cool thing about this is it's kind of like Mega Camp, which we just had in San Antonio. Mega Camp, but for our region. So Mega Camp is for the whole company, right? We look at all over the United States. We have people from Canada. We have people from all over the world. This will be like a mega camp for our region. So we're talking about people from the 5 states right here in the middle of the country. Cool thing about that is the information we learn, it's for us. It's more our market. And so this is $299, but you don't have to, this is a great chance to get a part, jump in and be a part of this. You don't have to pay for travel. You don't have to pay for extra food, all that stuff. So keep that on your radar. You might want to join in on this one. These are always a good one too. All right. I need a break. I'm talking. Darren.
It won't be a long break though.
Okay, here, you gotta hold the little thing.
Okay. Yeah, it came up quicker than I expected. So. You guys count on me on Facebook. I know you do. We got 4 months until Christmas. Next week is September 1st. And you've got 35 days to renew your license in Missouri. 63 of our agents, that's roughly half, have not renewed yet. So when September 28th comes along and you haven't renewed, I'm not going to feel sorry for you.
What's the repercussions if you don't renew? Hold on, because half the people in this room have not renewed. What's the repercussions if you don't do it on time?
You get to go to school again, I believe. You get to.
So you guys that haven't renewed, you go back to real estate school.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's fun. If you want to do it, go do it.
There's no break.
And I think you pay a fine too.
This is the most this is by far the most people we've ever had this late in the game that haven't renewed. Not even close.
Yeah. So, and not even thinking about Kansas, which kind of staggers their dates. So it's not as easy for me to get up here and say everybody's due September 30th, except brokers. So keep that in mind. Next Tuesday is September. Summer's gone. School's in session.
Ready?
I think, yeah. I ran across this yesterday on one of our listings. I've covered this in a meeting before, but it's blurry, but that says this is off the MLS, contingent 20 days. That's not what's supposed to go in there. That's supposed to tell other agents what the kickout clause is. 1 day, 2 days, 72 hours. I think this agent just screwed up, and that's the amount of time that the buyer has to get their house under contract. That does nobody any good. The other agents want to know what the kickout clause is.
And then it's just some clarification, because I ran into this also. When you do take a contingent offer, you go contingent on your listing. But then once your buyer gets their house under contract, you can click that over, should click it back over to.
You have to.
Have to click it back over to pending or show for backup.
Exactly. Yeah,
So that's
because you
something-
can't kick that buyer out anymore if they have a contract on their house. Next, Vanna. Just a couple of random things that I've seen in the last couple of weeks. Buyer agency, marital status, and general location. If you're putting a city, please put the state. If you're putting a county, please put the state. There's a Johnson County over there that abuts Cass County, and there's a Johnson County over there in Kansas that is against Cass County. So put the state, don't just put Johnson County, don't just put Kansas City. You can put Kansas City Metro, Kansas City area. I'm good with that. Yes.
Marital status, remember, are you married to each other?
You're right.
Not married. Are you married to each other?
Great question. Next. I see a lot of variations on the commission X. It needs to be of the sale price. You can put of the gross price if you want, you can put whatever, but it needs to be of the sale price,
Not just 3%.
because then it's 3% of what? And then you check the box if you're doing this is from the buyer agency. If you're working with an unrepresented seller for your buyer, how much you're going to charge. A lot of you guys put 2% down here. I don't know why, but that's your business. And then if you do an admin fee, put it here. Sometimes I see just the number.
And check the boxes.
And check the boxes if they apply, which I didn't do. Good catch.
No, you're just checking us.
Next.
All right.
Exclusive right to sell, marital status, and the legal description. You can put C legal addendum, or you can just type it in right there. But you got to have it because it's listed. It doesn't say whatever if left blank. One more. If you check that box, you got to write something in here. You got to write some sort of a reason. Nobody cares what the reason is, but that's a colon. So there has to be something on this line. I see those a lot. Downsizing, upsizing, moving out of state, whatever it is, it can be anything. Is that it?
I think that was it. I'll click it, but yep,
All right,
that was it.
cool.
All right.
4 months to.
Aaron.
Thank you, Dick.
All right, let's make sure we get our license renewed. Please don't wait till we come chase you down, hunt you down, find you wherever you are to get that done. Let's just do it. It is not that difficult, especially if you've already created your MoPro portal. That's a new thing this year that we didn't have last year or 2 years ago. That is, once you do it, it's pretty easy to go in there and just renew. So please get that done. If you have any questions with it, see Becca, see myself, somebody. All right, I got just a couple things here. All right. How many of you track your Google reviews for your business? Do a good job with it. We got some, I only see a few. Maybe we've done classes on this, but this is probably a good idea. How many of you have ever been to a restaurant and you've checked the reviews?
Yep.
Or you chose a hair salon, or you chose some sort of service, a lawn company based on their reviews. Reviews are super huge. People are using reviews like crazy. So if you're not doing that, please think about doing that. It's not very, well, I say it's not very difficult. Google can sometimes give you a little bit of a problem, right, Lisa, with setting up your page. But if you stay with it and what's that? So then once you set up a business profile page on Google, then you can start collecting reviews. So something you should think about. Well, we as a brokerage, Keller Williams Southland, we have a place to have reviews as well. And what we've noticed, how long has this company been here? 12, 13 years?
Since 2006.
2020 years. 20 years. And we have not done a good job with asking for reviews. We've currently this morning got 27 reviews out of in the last 20 years. We would like your help with that. So pull out your phone. I'm going to ask you guys to all leave our office a review. Would you please
guys.
grab
Really
your
important.
phone and scan that? Give us a 5-star review, if you would, please.
I can't wait to see who gives us a bad review. That'll be great.
And this is going to help us boost our reviews.
Find out. And they're all gonna show up with the same date, and everybody who reads them is gonna know somebody told them to all do it at once.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
So be
It's
it.
going to be perfect. Yes. Yes, please, Ryan.
In reviews, keywords do help with like SEO purposes, so putting like Cass County or Raymore, real estate brokerage. Cause if people are searching like best real estate brokerage in Raymore, having like real estate brokerage in there, Raymore, Belton, or whatever those keywords.
Yeah, Cass
that's
County.
What people search.
Okay.
Especially with like the AI now, because they're gonna be scrubbing reviews that are on your Google page. So when your customers, which I ask people to do for me, when your customers are giving you a review on your Google page, having them mention like, great real estate agent, good
You don't.
communication, help, show me houses in Lee Summit and Overland Park and naming the towns, stuff like that will help me in search. So kind of teeing them up and telling them like, hey, you can mention location, what I do, stuff like that, or we can send them a template.
Yep.
Of some sort.
So I'm asking you to do what I want you to do for your business. Please do this for our brokerage, and I'll tell you why. Not only do we need a few more reviews, who's looking at our reviews as Keller Williams Southland? We've got, first of all, we've got other agents who look at us to say, hey, what's going on out there at Southland? So we have other agents that might want to join us based on our reviews, but also we have just the general public that is looking for real estate in Raymore, great real estate company, that kind of thing. So those are the people. Now here's where, this is why it's important for us to all care about this, is because we are starting to see, as we've got Caesar working on beefing up some of our systems here with our office, We're starting to see more leads coming in through board duty. We're starting to see more leads coming through the front door, walking in saying, I need a realtor. I need to sell my house. I wish Jake was here. He picked up a listing appointment last week from board duty. So that's an opportunity for you to get more leads. So the better we do as an office, just it helps all of us. So I would ask you to please leave us a review, and I will post this in the Facebook group. If for some reason you're having trouble or if it's not working for you right now, we'll make sure that we.
What's our goal? How many are we hoping to get from today's effort? There's 30 people in the room, 40 people in the room. Can we get 15?
Oh, I was hoping I would like to see that at 50 total reviews. So that's 23 more reviews today.
Does it help me respond to them too? Like, I get tons of them for the ice cream shop.
Mm-hmm.
And I try because I get emails and they come to go in and respond.
I don't know. Ryan, do you know about that? Does it help if the owner replies?
If the owner replies,
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
that
Okay.
helps too, right?
Yeah. Now, it's good that you're engaging. It won't necessarily like help with SEO, so it's not like you should list all the tabs in your reply. But it definitely like shows that you're active and like respond. Because I can look that up. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna drop like every city I serve or every time I service. But it's really the client's review that's gonna like help them most.
Okay.
But yeah, no, definitely reply.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Stacy?
Me, but I set this up and I got it through you. I can never figure out what to send to my clients to do it, and then I can't find them after they're done.
I can show you.
Well, I don't know about like a 15-minute, if there's other people that struggle.
We can show you. So there's a way to go into, as the business owner in your Google page, you can say, ask others for a review, and it will give you a URL or a link that you can send. You can text it. Yeah, it's easy to do. I mean, it's easy to get lost. Yeah. I can help you with that. I do know that. All right, cool thing. Check us out, guys. I don't know if you saw Lonnie's post, but we had a record-breaking July. All-time company best for GCI. What does GCI stand for? Gross commission income. Don't we all like a little commission every now and then? Yeah. A lot of commission. That's right. We had a lot coming in. Look at that one. 911,000 as an office when our previous record was 823. Smashed it.
It's absolutely unbelievable. These things aren't happening in your industry right now, guys. Trust me. I mentioned this on my OP call with 28 market centers the other day, and people were just like, really? I'm like, yeah, I don't know what got into us, but we just kicked ass. Sorry about that. But leverage these things out in your socials, you guys. Use this and say, hey, I'm so proud of my office. We had a record-setting July. And by the way, this wasn't the best July ever. This is the best month ever for Southland in 20 years, okay?
That's amazing.
That includes the craziness that occurred during the COVID little stretch there. So we blew away that month. So yeah, it was a cool time. Cool time.
We like seriously, I know you all just get to hear from us every week. You don't hear what we hear on the regional calls that we're on. You don't hear what we hear on the national calls that we're on. This is not happening everywhere. This is rare. This is unique. We are killing it. I want you all to be proud of it. And so y'all are doing it. And so just keep doing what you're doing. Darren?
I just wanted to mention, this is at a time when they project this year nationwide 4.1 million sales, which is the same as last year, the year before that, and the year before that. We're in a 4.1 million flat line, and that's the lowest since it was 4.1 million in 2008. And that was the lowest going back to 1995. So we've been above 4.1 million every month except 08, going back 31 years. 4 years ago, it was over 7 million. So to be at 4.1 in the nation, and we're doing this.
Good job.
Yeah. Well, that's why we talk about it. And we're not puffing here, guys. The opportunity in this industry is ahead of us. We've all been through, and I think we've kept our chin up very nicely. Obviously, last month was just nuts, but the opportunity is just getting bigger and bigger. And you will see people going back into our industry. The first time Todd finally gets rates going in the right direction for a few quarters, then it's freaking game on. And you'll see a bunch of people come into our industry and things like that. But, 4.1 just goes to 5.1, which is nothing. Okay, that's 25% more sales. And values in our area continue to go higher, albeit at a slower pace. We'll probably be up 4% in values this year in Kansas City Metro, right around that ballpark, possibly 5. So values are going up slightly. And then what happens when all of a sudden we get a 20 to 30% bump in sales? Then it gets pretty exciting. Really, really exciting.
So yeah, closed sales volume at 32.1 million. That's a lot of real estate. That's a lot of houses. So, and the previous record was 29.7 million.
Yeah. And within these trends, we're still seeing a skills-based market, which just simply means our agents that have been in the business a little bit longer, especially our capper group, we have 30-something capper eligible agents, they're getting a disproportionate amount of this business right now because it is a skills-based market. It's a little tougher market for sure. I mean, if you're having any success in this market, you should be really excited about what's ahead.
And if you're not, hang tight, come to class, come keep learning, keep trying, keep practicing, and you'll be there.
And some of we looked at the numbers, some of our agents that crushed it in the first or second quarter have cooled off a little bit. And some of the ones that were really struggling or behind goal, all of a sudden they just vaulted forward in the last 60, 90 days. So it's just bizarre where it's all coming from. And myself included. I dug a big hole and we just played catch up in the last 90 days. So
if anybody, has anybody had a chance to listen to the MREA podcast that I posted in the group yesterday with John Lee? Okay, check it out. Check it out. It's actually not, he talks about AI, yes, and that's why I listened to it, but he actually talks a lot about money and how to use AI to get money. But one of the things he did say was his dad always told him, if you want to earn more, EARN, you have to learn more. You need that L in front there. The more you learn, the more you earn. And I thought, I like that. That's really true. So, there's opportunity there and plug into the classes. We have 4, 5 to 10 people in our classes. We should have more people in our classes, guys. But anyway, great job, Southland. Record-breaking July, all-time breaking records. This is so cool. So we want to pivot and move into awards, but before we do, we have a special award. Let's see.
Glad I came in.
Check it out, guys.
Wow.
Great fun. Great fun.
What? Wow. No idea.
Yeah. Is that it?
Do I get 30 minutes to talk about the triangle now?
Well, I know that you would never, if Lonnie's always so humble about his numbers and he's always like, oh, he just poo-poos his numbers because he's a humble person. But if those numbers belong to any other agent, we would be shouting that from the rooftop because 8.2 million in 1 month is a big deal. So great job, team.
That's
great job.
Team. So Nanette,
yep, that's
Teresa.
team.
Yeah, good job.
And Amber's a big part of that. Her name, well, the Branson part of her name is on there. But Amber has a huge part to play in that too. So that is a big deal. And we want to make sure that they get proper credit for that. So great job, team.
Thank you.
Good job. All right, Tim.
That's impressive. Yes.
All right.
All right. Closed sales volume.
Yes.
Individual agent, I'm assuming.
No.
Nope.
Groups.
Oh, I was always
groups.
What am I doing?
That's all right.
Here we go. Number 3 group, closed volume. The 5 real estate team, $579,000. Good job, Fox. The number 2 group for closed sales volume, New Edge Partners.
All right.
8.34 million. Good job, you guys. And the number 1 group for closed sales volume, LDR.
Oh!
Good job, Nanette. Excellent work out there. Teresa's in office, I'm assuming. Yep, good job, Teresa. Great work, you guys. Okay, now we're on to teams.
Yes.
Teams, the number 5 team for closed sales volume, O'Connor Real Estate, 720,000. O'Connor's. Number 4 team, Caesar and Brandy Real Estate.
All right.
Nice.
Dual career.
Absolutely right. That's awesome. Number 3, Anderson Real
Yes.
Estate. $1,043,500. Great job, you guys. Number 2 team, the Row team, 1.31.
All right.
Mr. Mandy, great job, you guys. And the number 1 team for closed sales volume is Lacey Landon.
All right. Congratulations.
$6 million. Incredible work. Now solo agents.
Let's do that.
Individual agents. Here we go. Number 10, Christian Jones, 630,000. Good job, Christian.
Boy.
Number 9, James McClay,
All right.
30,000. Number 8, Julie Phillips, 700,000. Number 7, Brannigan Barnett, 707. Number 6, Darren
Rover
Jones,
D.
840,000. We're not slowing him down at all. Love it. We're awesome. We are so good to our broker. It's unreal. Number 5, individual closed sales volume. Taylor Atwood.
Yeah.
Good job, Taylor. Keep it up. Number 4, Sandy Paxton.
Hey.
Nice. Number 3, Tony Darty.
Tony D.
1.1. Tony. Number 2, Shelby.
All right. Sold by Shelby.
Which leaves the number 1 individual is Jen
Thomas. Good job.
I always see her sign whenever I drive by the school. I love it. All right, back to groups.
Yep.
And this is going to be for listings taken volume. So this was listings that we took in the month of July. Here we go. Listings taken volume. Number 3 group, 5 real estate team, $1 million. Number 2 group, New Edge Partners, 1.979. Great job, you guys. It's a great month. And number 1 group for listings taken volume, LBRE, 4.3 million. Holy smokes. I feel like they weren't even in town for the month of July.
So not only did they close 8.2 million, but they took 4.2 million. Okay. Okay.
All right, I love it. Great job. Seriously, great job, you guys. That's awesome. All right, now we're on to teams. Listings taken volume. Listings we took month of July teams. Number 3 team, the Row team. Jason and Randy again, $500,000. Number 2, S&P, $630,000. And the number 1 team, O'Connor Real Estate. Great job, Carrie. It's hard to do that with Tom there, isn't it? I mean, she does it. She does it. All right, individual agents, listings taken volume. Julie Snyder.
All right, Julie.
Julie. Number 9, Chris Bradley.
Bradley.
Okay. 354. Good job, Chris. Number 8, Trisha Henson.
Good job.
Trisha. Number 7, Lisa Cummings, 407. Number 6, Tim Crable, 475,000. Number 5, Christian Jones, 401,000. Number 4, R&R, 570,000. Good job, Rusty. Number 3, Mickey Brandis, 690,000. Hey out there, Mickey. Number 2, Scott Swagger, 1.6 million.
He's in Hawaii.
Is he really? That's the lesson. We all need to take trips. You do millions of dollars in volume if you take trips.
Okay.
Number 1 individual for listings taken volume, Brannigan Barnett.
Wow.
6 million. She never jacks around. She gets it done. All right. Home runs. 1 listing, 1 under contract, and 1 closing for the month of July. I feel like this is a big one.
Yeah.
Brannigan Barnett.
All right, Brannigan.
Jacob and Caitlin Lacey, home run. Christian Jones, home run. Darren Jones, home run. Devon West, home run. Jake Keith, home run. James McClay, home run. Jim Thompson, home run. Julie Phillips, a home run. Lisa Cummings, a home run. Ronnie Branson, a home run. Nikki Brandis, a home run. Nathan Priest, a home run. Paul Fife, a home run. Russell York. Scott Swagger.
Yeah.
Silas Gray, a home run.
Oh.
It's a lot of home runs.
A lot.
We are always better than the Royals. I love it. $1 million month. You closed over $1 million in 1 month when this was for the month of July. Here we go. LBRE.
Imagine
just
that.
barely made it with $1.3 million. Jacob and Caitlin. $1.6 million.
Crushed it.
Great
Yeah.
job. Silas, 1.4 million. Jen, 1.3 million. Basic Mandy, 1.3 million. Shelby Ecker, 1.2 million.
Toby.
1.1, almost 2 million. Tom and Carrie, 1.1 million. Sandy Paxton, 1.1 million.
Good job, Sandy.
Holden Camille,
All
$1
right.
million fund. Wow, that's crazy. Great job, you guys.
Yeah.
All right, and our next one is first closing, Derek Murray.
All right,
Good job,
Derek.
Derek. Oh,
That's exciting. Yeah.
wonderful month, you guys.
That was
unbelievable.
great.
Man, I need a drink now.
I know.
need a drink. I need a throat lozenge. Good job, you guys. It's a lot.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. We're going to spend about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how many questions you have, talking about a tool. Did everybody have a copy of a seller's estimated proceed sheet?
Yes.
Does anybody need one? Okay, 1, 2. Who else needs one? Okay.
Yeah.
There's extras right here. Oh, here. I got it. Yep. Thank you. Whoever raised their hand. Sorry. I saw some back here.
Get rid of that.
What's that?
I don't want to
Well,
do that.
Oh. Okay. If you're on the listing side of the business, you need to pay really close attention to what we're getting ready to talk about. First of all, there are brokerages that do not require listing agents to do this for their seller. Okay, we do. So if you're not doing it, are most people doing it? Okay, good. But there are brokerages, even KW brokerages, that don't do this. Let me tell you why that's a huge mistake. This tool is a roadmap on how you get paid in your transaction. Okay. I listened to no less than two, one yesterday and one right before I went on vacation. And it was one of our great agents struggling with a conversation with the seller that made it very clear to me that either they didn't do this or they didn't discuss this properly. Okay. This is a tool. As soon as you look at it as a tool in your tool belt, you'll completely pivot on how to go about utilizing this document. So let me tell you how this document works in my world. Okay. So Brandy, we're sitting down at the kitchen table. We'll role play a little bit and I'll go, well, Brandy, thank you obviously for having me over. It looks like we got our docs all squared away. I'd like to go over an estimated proceeds sheet with you. I don't want to geek you out too much on numbers, but I'd like to use this as a tool to talk about the ranges that you and I discussed on where we think the house will land. Does that sound good?
Oh, I'd appreciate it.
Perfect. So you'll see the A and B there. And basically the A and B, as we talked about, probably best case and worst case scenario. Obviously the market is always right. So we'll see how it plays out. But we discussed, let's start at the top where we think the top of the range is, which is the 350 mark. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to go ahead and just do a quick depiction of what this looks like. Now, the reason I do this is not really to try to land on a number today as much, but the reason I do this is because this is the document you're going to see with every offer that comes in on your house. And I don't want that to be the first time you see it. Okay. By the way, if you can just repeat that with people, that will save you a lot of time, energy, and make you some money. I can assure you. By the way, our average listing is over 10,000 in GCI right now. So these are $10,000 conversations. You can either F it up or you can figure it out and learn how to use these documents. But anyway, back to you, Brandy. It's all about you. So real quick, Brandy, let's look at example A because that's where we're going to launch the listing. And by the way, where it says your mortgage, since you didn't really know exactly what you owed, well, just put C below and I'll show you how that nets out. So I'm going to hit the highlights on this. Again, I don't want to get in the weeds too much, but I think this is a document that'll be very helpful for you. First of all, the mortgage, we'll talk about that here in a second. Tax prorations, Brandy, how that works simply. At the time of closing, the title company has to see that the deal is settled. They will simply collect the real estate taxes on your house from January 1st to whatever the closing date is. Well, since you and I don't know the closing date at this point, I don't have a figure to put in there. So what I'm going to just tell you is it'll be prorated at closing. Got it? Okay. By the way, Brandy, is your mortgage that you have on the house, does it have escrows for taxes and insurance?
Yeah.
Okay. What you'll find out, Brandy, is when we do get down to the closing table, and let's just say that was $2,000 worth of taxes they're collecting through October or whatever our closing date is, you'll be able to look on your mortgage statement or online and you'll have an escrow balance. And that escrow balance is typically going to be greater than whatever the title company is here. So what I'm going to tell you is that's going to end up being a wash. So it may look like an expense, but it's a temporary expense because you're going to get rebated your escrow account. Do you guys understand how that works? By the way, how long does it take to get that money? 30 days. 30 days typically, okay? So title company lease is going to take $2,000 from them, and then in their escrow account, they're going to see they got $2,200 coming back, but they won't get it for about 30 days, okay? Let them know that. Cool. Okay, all that's the title company I think handles that.
Works hard as long as it's escrow.
Yeah.
Not escrowing it or they own the home outright.
Yeah.
That's a different company.
Right. So let's talk about your closing costs. I'm going to kind of hit the highlights on this. I told you closing costs are going to be about around $1,800, Brandy, and that's broken into the title company fees, closing fees. At the time of closing, they'll actually break them down even more. So I've lumped them into general categories, broker admin fee, etc. We talked about my fees to do business. I charge 3% on all my listings, and I do a 6-month listing, and that's what we've put together here for you. The rest of this is what I don't know is going to happen until I see the offer, but it's critical that we have this discussion. So I'm going to go on and show you what I expect I'm seeing on all the offers. And that's every offer I'm seeing, they're asking us to pay the buyer's agent of 3% in most cases. I've seen 2.5% a couple times, but it's almost 3% every time. Technically, you're not obligated to pay that, but I'm telling you, that's what we're seeing throughout our office 60 times a month. So should I prepare you for that? Or should we just hope that they don't ask for it?
I don't know if I like that.
You don't? Okay, perfect. What don't you like about it?
Well, I think those buyer's agents should pay their own agent. Why do I have to pay their agent?
Well, let's go down that path because that could happen where somebody does that.
Well, when you highlight it like this, sometimes it does.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, we just looked at 8 comparable sales to come up with a 350. Guess what happened on every one of those $350,000 sales? Almost assuredly, the seller was paying the buyer's agent fee, I can assure you. And almost in all cases, it's 3%. There are some exceptions, and I'm not going to talk about one-offs where an agent's buying a house for themselves or any of that kind of stuff. So again, I'm going to prepare you for what I think you're likely going to see. And if for some reason we see something different, so be it. It'll be on the example for you. But I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't go with what's the highest probability. And I want to prepare you for that. Does that make sense now?
It does.
Can you see why I do that on your behalf?
Yeah, I may not like it, but I understand it.
Yeah. And by the way, this is the way real estate has always been transacted. A couple years ago, they did this thing called decoupling of commissions, which just simply means they now want both sides to be negotiated separately. We charge ours. It's self-explanatory. And now they have to put it in their offers on the buyer's agent side. In the old days, they would just display it in MLS. That has been taken away. So we're really back to the same numbers. It's just how we go about the logistics of it. Okay? Anybody, feel free to stop me if you guys want to stop me in any of this kind of stuff.
Well, that makes sense. I guess I can pay it on this side because when I go buy, I guess I want them to pay that theirs.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, Brandon, when we go write an offer on the Creekmore house that you're falling in love with, the builders out there are happy to pay buyer's agents 3%. And let's just say she said, well, I'll tell you right now, I'm not paying a buyer's agent 3%. Bull crap, I'm not doing it. Great. All your competitors, I can assure you, are willing to do it, with rare exception, and all new construction is willing to do it. So you're going to be the odd person out in the marketplace. How's that likely going to play out for you? Now, well, I want you to find, Lonnie, you're really good at what you do. I want you to find the guy that is willing to pay his own buyer's agent himself. Okay. That's not unthinkable, but it's very, very improbable. So we got to set ourselves up on what's most likely going to happen. So back into this. Okay. So back onto the bottom part of this, I'm preparing you for that. We'll see how that plays out. I put negotiable when it comes to closing costs. Sometimes buyers will ask for concessions in the form of closing costs or warranties. Again, I don't have an offer for you today. So right here, I'm just putting negotiable. So at least we've had a conversation around it. And then anything inspection related, you and I can't predict how an inspection is going to go in your house. Always put to be determined. And we will talk about that once we get to contract and inspection and so on and so forth. So that adds up to roughly about $22,895, and net proceeds would be $327,105 less whatever your payoff is. If you want to go ahead and get me your payoff ahead of time, I'll have that so when an offer does come in your house, I can get even closer. If not, you can always just know that it'll be this less your payoff. You guys got that? Okay. So now I do an A and a B because that's the range we talked about for the house. I'm not just going to do best case scenario. And by the way, most of you guys just put the list price and nothing else. Do an A, B. There are situations where Amber does an A, B, and a C for us, especially properties that are a little harder to predict. It's a weird acreage. So who just had a 10-acre house with, there was a 2-bedroom, I heard somebody. Okay, unique, right? Okay, we don't know how that's going to play out. She'll sell it. It's Shelby, for Christ's sakes. But nonetheless, she may have a larger range of where that might land for that particular listing. So I might do an A, B, and a C and have the spread as much as $100,000. So it might be like 800, 750, and 7. I mean, we do that all the time for our sellers. Again, this is a tool for us to be able to communicate with our seller on a high level. So when I bring Brandy the first offer and it's a great offer, they're not asking for closing costs, they're asking only for us to pay the buyer's agent. She's not going to soil herself, okay? Right?
I won't.
She won't. I promise you, she won't. And she'll just look at the proceeds and we'll be able to match it up with what the example I gave her. So sometimes if I have a seller who's a little ornery, I'll send them the one they signed at the time of listing as well as the one that we're doing that matches the offer. So just get them right. So when she calls me and goes, hey, this all looks good, but again, I'm not crazy about the buyer's agent commission. I go, I had prepared you for that. And that's exactly what you're seeing. By the way, we're the top office in this county. We close about 70 transactions a month. Almost every contract that comes through looks just like what was put in front of you. That's why I prepared you for that. Okay. There is no, well, you didn't explain that to me right.
Right.
Okay. By the way, one of my sellers just did this to me about 45 days ago. So that's the reason and then I heard 2 conversations last week. But so anyway, if nothing else, we've already crossed that bridge. We've already discussed that. Okay. Questions? Go. You guys got to have questions. Yes.
Not a question, but
Comment.
when the buyer or the seller doesn't want to pay the buyer's agent, you can bring up that typically for sale by owners, sell for like 17% less, at least 6% less, because the buyer doesn't want to, the buyer knows that the seller is not paying that part of the commission and they offer less.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, everybody, you can't save the same commission. There's just all kinds of scripts and everything around that. But I will tell you guys, if you don't understand how to get through this conversation, and by the way, I went really fast. I'm way better in front of people, trust me. But if you don't really feel confident with that, you probably need to stop and get confident. I suggest we grab some beers, coffee, whatever, close those doors and have some agents just role playing a little bit because you need to master this. There's nothing worse than you're kind of excited about an offer you're presenting to the seller and all of a sudden they're roadblocking you with, hey, I didn't understand this. You didn't explain it to me. It's like, we actually discussed this in detail.
That's where we always say, Sandy and I have this thing, people love you until they don't. They're your best. You're like, oh, we love them. They're our neighbors. We've been friends for 20 years until something like this happens and they think that you've duped them or you weren't honest with them or you just kind of breezed over something. And then they think, oh, and it kind of changes things. And now they look at you with a skepticism instead of that, you're the man, you're the guy.
Most of our problems come because we didn't check all the boxes up front. We skipped a step or we leave the listing appointment where you're going, oh, I should have spent more time on that. And then it comes back to haunt us in some fashion. If we don't talk about contingency and then boom, your first offer is a soft contingency and all that, you're starting from scratch in that world of contingency. You guys get that? I cover it real briefly. Brandy, hey, you and I thank you for asking me about contingency. Just so you know, contingency is an odd bird. It's not an automatic yes. It's not an automatic no. My job is if a contingent offer comes in on your house is for me to research it before I ever bring it to you. Let me give you the extreme examples. Somebody brings us what looks like a great offer, but it's subject to a guy selling his house in Florida that's not even on the market yet, and it's a $1.2 million house. We're probably not going to get too excited about that. But what if the same guy has a Raymore house for $350,000 that the average days on market is probably 10 days? We might want to give that guy 14 days to see if he can get it under contract, especially if he crushes us with a great offer. So never automatically say no and never automatically say yes. Those are the extremes. By the way, some of the people that bring us contingencies already have their house under contract. Is that somebody we want to talk to? Totally firm contingency, soft contingency. You guys we got to get better. By the way, with all the records, I guess we're good at what we do, right? But we need to improve on our craft because when I get into these situations and it happens to me, I'm just thinking this must be happening to our people more than I'm aware of. I wish we had all people in the office at all times because we would hear you guys going through this, but I hear the stories afterwards and I know there's some bumpy conversations out there. Anybody have anything to add? Yes.
I double checked myself with the Cofelt website too.
On the estimated proceeds?
Yes.
Yeah, there is a way to do that. Yeah,
cool.
That's another tool.
Use all the tools you got. Yeah.
Lonnie, once I get them under contract, should I do one of these again? When I know the closing date and when I know the sale price?
Well, that's what you do with we do. I mean, do you not do that? Yeah. When I get the offer, it's connected and now it has a closing date. Yeah. Now it has eight and a half months of taxes plugged in there, and a little star I'll put because she told me that they have an escrow account, and I'll say offset by escrow. I'll put that right there so that then they're like, oh yeah, that's what he was talking about. We get that money back. It's really not an expense. Yeah, it's right there next to them. And then when that offer comes in, if I think it's something we're likely going to counteroffer, because I now just need one column for the offer, the second column I use and I'll put suggested counteroffer. And that's just my thoughts on what we should do with this thing. At the end of the day, it's their call, but nonetheless, you'd be surprised. I mean, people just follow almost exactly what I suggest in that. They may tweak it a little bit.
And is it good practice, once you get the settlement statement or Alta statement, to pull this out and compare it to the bottom line number?
See how good you are. That's the only reason I don't like to put their mortgage amount in there, because they tell me they owe 300 on the house and it comes in at 303. And I'm like, what happened? Oh, well, we chose not to make the payment. Okay, great. Well, you just screwed up my numbers. I like to put mortgage payoff below, because then it is what it is. Then I simply can know exactly how close I am. And we expect in most cases to be really close. I mean, most of the things that are on that are extremely predictable with rare exception. What else, Brandy?
No, I like it. I think this is good.
Yeah.
Become friends with this. If this page scares you, let's talk about it. If this brings up some sort of like anxiety, let's talk about it. Let's get good at this.
My mom sold houses with my dad for over 20 years, and she absolutely was in fear of this document. I mean, there's no chance she was ever going to discuss this with anybody. But my dad was really good at this part. So she did her part, and this was my dad's part.
I remember being a new agent, and I didn't know how to fill this out. So I had my coach filled one out with me on a transaction. And I bet you I used that as an example on the next 10 or 12 to figure until I got really comfortable with it and go, oh, I know how to do this now. I even overestimate some of it because I want my number. If there's a surprise at the closing table, I want them to be it to be a happy surprise, that they're getting more money than I even told them. And I always point out, it's estimated. This isn't exact. Don't hold me to this. Todd?
Sometimes you guys run into a situation where their net at the bottom, what they're getting back may not be enough for what they're trying to buy. And it's I got one this morning. So if one thing that you might be able to do, a little trick, and Lonnie mentions prorated that, you're going to get the escrows back. If the lender will net the escrows in the payoff, say you're at $4,000 sitting in the escrow account, if they reduce that from the payoff, they just netted $4,000 more dollars at the table. Now, it's confusing. Reach out to me and I'll explain it better. But on the rare piece of situation where you need more money, it might be the difference. But your lender will likely do a net escrow payoff if you ask nicely. They may even have to have the buyer actually ask for it.
Are there any lenders that will net the payoff unless it's like a local bank or something? You do?
Homebridge does.
Okay. I thought that went away a long time ago.
It's not common. It's not common at all, but only in that, you wouldn't really need to do it. If they're supposed to get 150 back and they're getting 150 back, you're fine. But if they're getting 148 back, they need 150 and they have no other money, and the lender's going, hey, we didn't net enough, maybe you got that one.
I like it.
All right.
All I got.
That's all I got. All right, guys. Good job. Great.
Good. Congratulations.
Go get some bread. Go get some sourdough.
I didn't even realize that. I mean, I knew we landed a lot of stuff.